Hi everyone, Elizabeth here with Dandy Soap, Doc Dandelion. As always, I have something new. This is neat. This is the Dollar Tree Sled, and that's in the signage section for the Christmas. This is actually October that this has come out. Unbelievable that they at least have something. Sled, of course, came from Dollar Tree. What I will do is I will go ahead and I will go paint this at least one coat. And then I will actually a lot of times I'll take a pencil and I'll just kind of rub it over this area where the glitter is and kind of use it almost like a rub per se. And so that I can locate these and kind of copy paint them. And even though I may change the scenery, I may actually preserve some of the stuff that's on it back. And I was watching hers, and she as well, she painted all this and then of course made it look like planks, and I loved that. It looked great. So if you're not already a subscriber of Jerry Ann, you definitely need to go over and check her out. Jerry Ann Henson. She does a lot of the DIY Dollar Tree. Okay, DIYers. So I decided to somehow save the integrity of the Merry Christmas that's on the sled along with the snowflakes. So basically what I did is I did an old-fashioned method of rubbing. So you just take the pencil and you rub it directly on over the design. And since these are raised with glitter, they really took very good. I mean, you can read it really good. And this is just old-fashioned graphite rubbing. Additionally, before it disappeared, I went ahead and I did the rubbing on a sheet of paper. Just laid it on there, rubbed with a pencil, and let the glitter raised letters imprint there. So I also have it here so that if the graphite rub does not separate and stay intact whenever I put the next layer of chalk paint on there, I still have my backup, so to speak. But most of the time, whenever you use pencil, graphite will last through rain, wetness, water. That is why even in the military, men will write notes and things in their diaries, in their journals, or their note paper, any logs with pencil, is because the graphite will remain on the paper. It will not wash away. And so anytime that you are doing an art piece, you want to use an eraser, but preferably if you want to truly remove lead and not leave any kind of residue left over from the graphite, use a white eraser. Any kind of white eraser will remove that and will not deposit any graphite residue. It will remove it as well. So now I'm going to move on and put my next layer on. Be back in the Waverly chalk. And as you can see, I went up here and I went ahead and I did my axles for my underneath of my sled. And while I was at that, I was going to do my dry brushing. Well, in doing that, I had just, I don't know, started dry brushing across the Merry Christmas. And as you can see, because of the resonness of the glitter that is on this, it brought out the Merry Christmas, which I'm absolutely loving. And as you see, the more I rub across this, the more they pop out. And what's really great about this is in rubbing this with the dry brush, just what's left on here, I'm getting that worn look on the sled, as well as getting my letters to come through. And if I want to, all I have to do is take even a black magic marker or the black paint markers. Paint markers, I'm sorry. But these are the actual Sharpie paint markers, and they come in a pack of 5. You'll get a black, a white, a red, a yellow, and a blue. And these are the primaries, and I will tell you, I probably use these so common. And as you know, if you mix yellow and red, you get orange. If you mix red and blue, you get purple. So you can get your primaries out of, these are your primary colors. But I just wanted to tell you some more of the items that you can buy that come in. Things are full of a lot of paint. I mean, I'm not kidding, and they're very precise. This is an enamel-based. It's an oil-based. It actually says right there, oil-based. So it has a shine to it. So when you use it, it's actually going to be shiny, and you don't even have to put any kind of preserve coat on it. But the other grand thing is, if you use the matte varnish I spoke about, you can go right over top of this, and it will not smear. So when I am making my slats for my board, and I'm using my dry brush method, I will literally take my brush and I will go ahead and just kind of go up through there. In the sled, it will be more of a slat. So as you see, I've done my dry brush up through here, and I make that a little deep, just like you would on your other projects, and just make it a little bit deep in there, because I will make these even more stand-outable. And at this time, I'm not going to bring the snowflakes up just yet. If you will go sideways, see how that will kind of give it a rough, worn look, and just kind of go sideways. It's not a whole lot. Some varnishes will actually, varnish will work like a sealer. Okay, imperfect is perfection. So basically what I did here is I took my ruler, and I took my 3/4 flat brush, and I love these. These are great brushes. 3/4 flat brush, and basically I use the lid a lot of times as my palette, and I got enough paint on there so that the bristles kind of stay close together. Me and my sophisticated equipment here, using my cell phone. Alright, so you'll lay it at, I did the width of the mark of my ruler, which is about an inch, maybe 1 1/8 inches. And I just went up there and went right down, and I did that all the way across. You can easily put the varnish on here, and it will make this look just dulled down, worn, and vintage. It would, and that is what I was telling you. That varnish is designed to work with these chalk paints to give you the effect, so you don't have to use the antique and wax. So anything else, anyway, you're pretty much sealing it and finishing it. My other favorite is, of course, going to be Mod Podge, that you'll also get at Dollar Tree. And like I said before, I just keep refilling this same jar that I've had for years with this small Mod Podges that I get from Dollar Tree. And this is the Folk Art chalk paint home decor. I did get these at Hobby Lobby. They were on sale 50% off, so I guess I gave $1 for it. Use this glacier and put it on here because I needed these runners, the axles, to look like they've been hitting. These are generally hit, and you run into trees and all kinds of things. I don't know if any of you ever had the pleasure of riding the red sled, but basically these sleds came in red. They were made out of slatted wood. The slats were pretty wide, actually. Now here's where I wanted to show you how the varnish is designed to give it that antiquish look. If you look really, really close, and I'm sorry it's a shadow here, if you look really, really close, this portion of the board down here has not been done. See how bright it is? This up here almost has a browning to it, almost like it smeared the paint. And actually I brushed it going at an angle, going diagonal, coming this way. And then all this is still real bright. And it has a real good spread to it. I mean, basically, I dipped into the jar ever so slightly, and then I just go to town. I just start spreading it like crazy. Just whipping. And as you see how I hit right there, how it does that browning effect, almost like it's smearing something, it automatically has a antiquishing look to it. And when this dries, it's going to dry clear, and it's going to just look so ever so gorgeous. So sometimes if you just don't feel like you're doing dry brushing correctly or have the hang of it or whatever, don't sweat it. You could actually use the matte varnish and probably get just the same effect without even having to work the dry brushing hardly at all. So I am setting up my sled now. I've put my garland here, and I wanted to show you a few more things that I've got that I'm going to use. These are the copper wire LEDs from Dollar Tree, and they run off the AA batteries. Also, two of the ornament. I'm going to use both these ornaments. This is the Joy 10 star. This came from Dollar General for $1. The Sharpie marker that I told you about, the Sharpie paint marker, the oil-based, I went ahead and did my Merry Christmas in black, and I was able to use the glitter to my advantage and just, follow along. And you want to shake these, and you'll press them down and basically flood the tip, and then it will paint. And so that is ready. Because my Joy Star is going to conceal my light box, I am going to use basically what I call the sewer's method. You can buy Velcro at the Dollar Tree. The Velcro that I have, I did not purchase at the Dollar Tree, which is okay. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Velcro here and fasten it on the back. I'm actually going to hot glue one side of it to this, and then I'm going to hot glue one side to this, because I need to be able to take these batteries out to store it for the winter, and also to replace them when they run dead. But just another tidbit, if you make this design and you're using something like to conceal your light box so that you can run your lights on your wreath, and that way you can just use Velcro. Just put one side of it here and one side onto your ornament. That way you can Velcro it off, replace your batteries, and store it for the winter. And then when you get it back out, you'll be able to easily change it out. Okay, to get your Velcro on there, this is actually a two-sided Velcro that I got from Walmart because I do a lot of sewing and I have to use it a lot. So this one you can glue directly onto the battery pack. And then this, of course, is going to Velcro to it. But here's the thing. The embossing of this ornament, as you can see, goes in very far. So what you're going to need is you're going to need one of the ice cream sticks. You're going to cut it into 4 pieces. And I used the medium one. This is something I had left over from a project I've already done. So you'll cut it so that it stacks 4 high. The width of the ice cream stick needs to stack 4 high in order to be flush with the ornament, so that when you put the Velcro on there, it's going to reach this box. So once you've done that, this is what it should be looking like. You've got your Velcro already fastened onto the box. And remember to pay attention. The side with the screw is the opening section, okay? And then that way you can easily get to the lights once you fasten them behind your ornament. Now, but then when you do it 4 high, you see, it will be flush. And that's what we need. We need to raise it up. And then you're going to put the Velcro on the other side. Now, you should be able to place your ornament in the center, just like that. It's hard to do it one-handed. I'm telling you, me and my sophisticated camera equipment here, because I need to set up a tripod with my actual video camcorder, and then that way it will be, I can do all these videos without having to go back and splice them and time-lapse them and so forth and do adjusting. So maybe eventually I'll get that set up, because I need to have a good setup in order for you guys to be able to enjoy start to finish. I don't underestimate the individuals that watch. I have gotten a YouTube education for many years, and I know that you are intelligent, and I just don't feel that you need to see every little detail step by step. If it's demonstrated properly or discussed properly, you're very intelligent and you can figure out how to do it without me having to go in all, without you having to see step by step by step by step. If I just show you what I'm doing, because you're going to alter it and make it your own no matter what I do. I can show you my idea and let you run with that. Now, how is that for a sled right there? That's looking pretty sharp. Look at that. That's just gorgeous. So now all I lack is finishing up the top and placing the truck up here and doing my burlap ribbon. There's the nautical rope. This comes from Dollar Tree. I spoke about that's going to go up here at the top as well, so I need to tie. Alright, another thing when you're doing the nautical rope, I just want to give it the appearance that it's knotted. This stuff is really thick, so what I do is I actually cut it and I turn it back on itself and I glue it there, and I just hold that until it takes, and then that way it kind of gives the appearance that it's not there, and that will do much better for you versus trying to tackle this thing. You'll want to take a little bit of the hot glue and be very careful and mat that down and twist it in the way that it's flowing to get that to stay closed, those fibers stay closed, to get it through the hole. It does fit the hole really good, but it, like I said, you know, in order to keep this from fraying and you having a big mess, go ahead and put a little hot glue on it. That'll close, and roll it in your fingers and close up those fibers. And then you're going to take the hot glue gun and you're going to roll this thing back on itself, glue it, and so it gives the appearance of a knot. Also, I wanted to show you a little trick that I do with the bow making. I've made my burlap bow. I've just doubled it and used some jute twine to tie it taut. And then that's where that's going to be. But this, because I want to show off these lights and the berry garland, and I don't want to conceal it, I am making a short tail, or short-legged bow tails. And the little trick to this is if you take and in the very back do a little pinch in the middle, okay? I'm doing this one-handed. And then, you know, spread it out. You will glue that to the back of your bow, and you want to turn this sideways so that it would be angled here, so that when this is lying, however you want to put it. I hate to say lying because I don't sound right. I'm so southern, it just sounds terrible. It sounds like I'm accusing somebody. Angle. So that's what we're after, okay? Okay, guys, we have finally finished this, and you cannot even get any darn cuter. Oh my goodness, look at this thing. Absolutely adorable. And as you can see, I went back and I took my black paint marker, the Sharpie paint marker, and went back over the Merry Christmas just because it looked too worn. And I also took the white paint marker and just put some little bit of dashes of the white and just some little holly berries on there, just so it wouldn't look so plain. It was just so alone. As you can see, I've used the nautical rope for the handle, and that way she can hang and I can move her around. And this is the bow, and if you guys did the tails like I was instructing, it will be glued to the back and no one will see it. And then this way you can enjoy the lights on the board, on the sled. And I mean, it's just so darn cute. Oh my goodness, I'm just impressed with myself. So if you guys really like these DIYs that I do, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, perhaps you will now. But I hope this motivates you to go out and grab your sled from Dollar Tree and make it into something of your own. And I am just certainly tickled with all the things. And you can adorn it with whatever you like. Please subscribe. This is Elizabeth signing off with Dandelion Soap, Dandy Soap, Doc Dandelion. And I'll see you guys in the next video.